Hello! This is so bizarre. I have Facebook up on my computer right now, and then I have Instagram over here, so it's like double technology. So just let me know how the sound quality is on both ends. Like I said before, I do have a microphone. I'm just deciding whether to attach it to my cell phone or my computer for the bowls and stuff. But we'll wait a couple minutes for people to join. Good morning. We're doing the 9 a.m. meditations every morning. It's kind of been going back and forth between more meditation and then some movement. So usually these are just about like 10 to 15 minutes if you want to hop on, if you're just waking up. Sorry, the screen's a little dark. But so I just decided to do some morning meditations for everyone while we're all stuck at home, just like a really good way to start your morning. And then I play the bowls a little bit, so if you want to join in, makes me really happy to see you all. Hi! It's really cool to me how all of these like social platforms are being utilized right now. I've been on so many Zoom calls and like endless free yoga classes, and I know Daily Om is doing a bunch of classes where you can pay like $15, $35, or $50 for, usually it's like 10 to 30 classes, so that's a really great option too if you need some yoga in your life. I literally put my yoga mat right in the middle of my living room, and now it's just like the second my foot hits it, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna stretch a little bit. So I've just been like randomly popping in and doing like 5 to 10 minutes of yoga, randomly throughout the day, and it's been really nice. So highly suggest just throwing your yoga mat on the floor and just having it there as an option. But okay, so today we're gonna do a little bit of stretching. I want to start with our fingers and kind of work through the whole body down to the toes. Then we'll end with a little meditation at the end. So we can just start by finding a cross-legged position. I like to sit on a little bolster or a blanket. And if you're just waking up, I really like these two. You can totally be laying in bed right now. Just pop your eyes open and you can kind of follow along. So, you don't really need much, just an ear to listen. Even if you just want to kind of tune in and listen and lay there, that's totally fine too. Any of this can be done seating or on your back. You can have your legs crossed if you want. You can put, whatever feels really good to you. You can put your feet together. But just come in a comfortable seat. You can start to breathe. Big inhales in your nose. And exhales out your mouth. Just really focus on coming to your breath. So if you want to, I just like to take a couple breaths in the very beginning in my nose and out my mouth to just kind of release any of that like antsiness or stagnancy that's in your body. So just big inhale through your nose and release. You can do a couple of those. If you really want to force the breath out, you can kind of engage your stomach at the same time, so you're forcing air out all the way from your belly up and out your mouth. And then just find a really slow, steady breath. So no forcing anything. It's really nice and easy. We're just going to start with our fingertips. Hey, Ange and Tia. So I really like to do this for my wrists, actually, especially in when you're doing like a lot of chaturangas and yoga. You tend to, and downward dogs and all of that, you're on your hands a lot. So this is kind of a really nice way to strengthen your wrists. And it's just basically pretending like you have water on your fingertips and you can kind of flick it off. And you just want to go as fast as you can. And keep breathing, and eventually you'll feel this right in your wrist area. This is a really good thing to do right before a yoga class or right after. So just keep flicking and breathing. As fast as you can. My wrists are starting to feel it, so hopefully yours are too. Just a couple more breaths. And then we're going to take our wrists, and this should feel really good after this, and just twist them in circles. Get all the little cracks out. You can go both directions. Still focusing on those inhales and exhales. And then next, we're gonna just relax our hands on our knees and kind of just feel the sensation that all of that just brought into your wrists and hands. And then we're gonna roll our shoulders. So you just wanna take your shoulders up towards your ears and then roll them back and really squeeze your shoulder blades together on the roll back. We'll do a couple in this direction. Maybe exhale while the shoulders go down and inhale while they come up. And then we'll take them the other way, bringing them forward. Really focusing on squeezing the shoulder blades together. You're kind of giving yourself a little massage with this movement. And then again, release. You feel the sensation that brought in your shoulders. Really bring awareness to your arms from the fingertips all the way up to the shoulders. And then we'll get into the neck a little bit. So you can drop your neck down to the left or the right. Either one's fine. If you want a little bit extra from here, you can take your hand and kind of relax it on the side of your head, just really gently. You don't want to pull, just adds a little bit of extra pressure. And then if you want to take it even a little further, you can take your right or left hand, whatever is not touching your head, and reach it out towards the floor. So you want to reach your fingertips down. You should feel a really nice stretch across the whole side of the neck. And if you want to kind of move forward and back a little bit, you can. Really nice, big, deep breaths in and out. And then on an exhale, release, and we'll come to the other side. So just dropping the head to the right or the left, resting your hand on the top of the side of your head, and then reaching your fingertips out. And again, you can kind of rock your head back and forth, up and down. And then on an exhale, you can release your hand. And we're just going to drop our head forward. And this time you can clasp your hands kind of at the nape of the neck. And again, just a tiny little bit of pressure. You don't want to pull or anything. It's early in the morning, so be especially gentle. And don't forget to breathe. You should really feel it across the back of your neck, kind of right where the spine, and then kind of travels up into the skull. And then on an inhale, bring your head up and tip it back, and you really want to pull your elbows out as far back as you can. So feel that really nice stretch across the chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift your head up, really open through the throat so you can take some nice deep breaths. And then exhale, come back to center. Take a big inhale. And then on an exhale, you're going to drop over to the right or left side. Inhale, back up. And you're really pressing the back of your head into your hands right here. And you want to bring it down to the other side. So we're just getting a nice little side stretch. You can engage the core and get a little bit of ab work. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the side. Really relax through those shoulders, bring them down the back, squeezing those shoulder blades towards each other. Inhale and then exhale to the other side. And then inhale back to center. And on an exhale, you're going to drop your hands and twist to the right or the left, really nice and gently. I'm twisting towards the right and I'm putting my left hand on my right knee, kind of giving a little extra leverage, but really engage through the core and sit up nice and tall through the spine. You really want your sit bones to be nice and firm on the ground. Take a big inhale. And then exhale, we're going to twist the other direction. You want the shoulder that's to the front down, away from the ear, so you don't want to be pinching it upwards. We're really trying to bring everything down and relax. And then big inhale to the center. Let's just pause with our hands on our knees. And see how that feels through your body. If there's any stress or tension released, how your breathing is from when we started. Take a couple more deep breaths. Do a little body scan. You can start at your toes and work all the way up the legs. And with every inhale, scan up a little bit. So you're just taking little bits at a time with the inhales and exhales, starting at the toes and working your way up really slowly, all the way up to the crown of the head. So this should take about 8 to 10 breaths. Just really slowly observing and kind of going through every little muscle and bone in your body. And then from here, I want you to imagine, we're going to do a really nice little grounding meditation. So imagine that there's roots coming down from your sit bones, and you're going to plant those roots into the ground and drive them deeper and deeper. So just imagine them kind of tackling the soil and, the rock and the earth's crust, and it's continuing all the way down to the center of the earth. So you really want to focus on relaxing through the belly, the pelvis, keep your shoulders down. Relax through the face and the eyebrows. And use your exhales to plunge deeper and deeper into the center of the earth. Once you finally break through to the core and get to that molten kind of lava or magma, start to inhale and bring that up from the core of the earth. And you can kind of see it shooting up the roots all the way up into your being. So you're taking this energy that's just compacted in the center of the earth, and it's so much energy that it makes lava turn to like molten kind of liquid red orange. And just imagine that coming up and flooding your belly first. And then with another inhale, maybe it comes up and fills your heart space. And eventually you're using these inhales to suck up all of this energy from the center of the earth that, it's giving us to utilize. Keep breathing and imagining. I like to use colors a lot when I'm meditating. So whatever color, if it's like a bright white light or a red or orange kind of more faint light, just envision that coming up and taking over your body really slowly. Maybe it's traveling down the arms now. Into the fingertips. Stay really consciously connected with that root you've driven down into the center of the earth. So you're imagining with every sip of air, it's coming from the center all the way up into you. So it's not just coming from the ground that you're sitting on. Imagine it coming from really, really deep within. And eventually you've sucked up so much, it starts to pour across your whole body. And it feels warm and light. And you can imagine this sense of ground kind of feeling, connectivity to the earth. And then eventually it's so much light and so much energy, it just starts to burst in a bubble around you. So imagine kind of you're pushing this energy out of you, out into kind of like this big white light surrounding you. Imagine that light going further and further. So if anyone is listening in on this and you kind of want to imagine just sending that to a friend or a family member, a loved one, you want to envelop them in that white light with you. My friend Michelle sent me a podcast today and it was talking about kind of the power of thought. So to send your thoughts to a family member, a loved one, especially New York is struggling right now. And eventually allow that white light to take over the entire world. So you're slowly allowing that to seep out from you, that all of that energy you just gathered, and just envision a light encompassing the entire earth. So you've almost flipped it inside out. You're taking that core energy from the center and bringing it all the way to spread across the entire world. Keep breathing. Don't forget about that root that you drew down to the center. Focus on that. And still with every inhale, sucking that up. And then with every exhale, just projecting that out. Take a couple more deep breaths. Tune into your body. See how it's feeling. And then one more inhale. You're going to take your arms all the way up. You can maybe look up, reach up. Really stretch the fingertips up, bring the shoulders down. So you should feel that in the center of your upper mid back. Engage the core here though to protect the low back. And on an exhale, you can bring your hands to heart center. And I really like to place my hands on my heart. Take a really big breath in the nose. Big exhale out the mouth. We'll do one more. you can release your hands and feel welcome to stay here as long as you would like. Hope you enjoyed. This is day 3. Hi, Josh. And I'm going to be doing this every morning at 9 o'clock for the foreseeable future. It's been really fun for me, so I'm hoping you guys enjoy. If you have any feedback or anything, or if you couldn't hear, see you, or whatever you need from me, just let me know. Otherwise, I hope you're all having a really good Sunday. Billie Eilish and Eilish, however you pronounce it, and Elton John are doing like a free concert on iHeartRadio tonight. So if you want to join and have a little happy hour during it, let me know. Love you guys. Thank you all for coming so much. We'll see you tomorrow.